Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson.
And I'm Pete Lane. Well, good morning, Jeffrey. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. We got some good announcements to make here. Actually, we're putting like peanut butter and chocolate together kind of here on this one.
Kind of like those Reese's Pieces, right?
Reese's Pieces, peanut butter cups and all that.
Yeah.
You know, when you come out with something that people are using it all the time and stuff, and then you just keep adding to it. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because with me from BlindShellUSA is Bari Azman and Diane Ducharme. How are you doing, Bari?
I am doing great. It's great to be back here on Blind Abilities.
And Diane, how are you doing?
Hi, I am doing just fine as well.
Hey, Barry, Pete, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having us.
And Diane, you doing okay since we last talked?
Yeah, I'm doing well. You know, winter's finally here in Baltimore. We had a little snow yesterday.
Yes. No snow here in Florida. We'd like to thank you guys for joining us on this occasion. Barry, why don't you get us kicked off and tell us why we're here?
Yeah, no, thank you so much again, Jeff and Pete. It's great to be here on Blind Abilities. And, you know, we have, talked with you in the past when we've had various updates for the BlindShell Classic 2. And we felt that today is a very, very special announcement as we officially release ScripTalk for the BlindShell Classic 2 accessible cell phone. So yes, ScripTalk is now available on the BlindShell Classic 2. So it's a very, very exciting moment. And we're just really so enthusiastic to continue to add applications and features to this incredible platform, which just continues to build and build and build.
That's really exciting. And it's also exciting that we have Jenna Reed from Envision America to join us. How are you doing, Jenna?
Hey, Jenna.
Great. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate it. It's exciting news.
Yes, it is.
Glad to be here. Always happy to visit you guys virtually.
So when you brought this together, I'm sure it took a little while to bring it together. When's it going to be available?
So yes, this collaboration has been going on for a while, in excess, probably, I think we're close to like almost 6 months in, if not more. So the ScripTalk app is now officially available on the BlindShell Classic 2. For our existing users, you will receive a notification throughout the day. It really just depends where you are along the chain of notifications. They're sent out automatically throughout the day in batches. So you will receive a notification on your phone that ScripTalk is now available. And you can go ahead, click on that notification, and then you can go into the BlindShell app catalog and you can go ahead and download the app and start using it right away.
That's excellent. And ScripTalk is a free app. Is it still free on the BlindShell Classic 2, Barry?
Yes, it is. It is 100% free, and it's going to be a great, great tool for so many people out there who want to be able to quickly be able to know what they're holding in their hand when it comes to their medications.
Yeah, it's a great app. I've been using it for a little over 2 years now. We've had Jenna on the podcast before. Jenna, do you want to give us a brief overview of what the ScripTalk app is?
Sure, I'd love to. So basically, ScripTalk is to help ensure your medication safety and independence. It's available at thousands of pharmacies around the U.S. A lot of you guys might know what it is, but for those who don't, basically the pharmacist puts a small tag on the bottom of the prescription bottle or on the package, and they've programmed that with all of your key medication information, such as the name, the dosage, the instructions, the warnings, which is a big one, your doctor's name, your refill amount. So whenever you go to pick up that prescription now, there's no guesswork. You don't have to use rubber bands. You have to use other things to kind of mark them as to which is which. Now you just hold it up to the back of your BlindShell 2, have the app on, and it's going to read all that prescription label information out loud to you. So that's pretty awesome. That's why we're so excited about this.
Definitely.
The simplicity of the ScripTalk app together with the BlindShell Classic 2, it's a win-win combination. And, during the beta testing, trials and stuff like that, the amount of time to, scan, if you want to call it, through the NFC label, through the ScripTalk label, to the time it reads it, it's fast. I mean, it's almost like instantaneously. So it's going to be a lifesaver for so many people who, rely on taking medications, who want to be able to have everything at their fingertips, fully accessible. So it's just truly amazing.
Now, I've used the ScripTalk app with my iPhone, and the process for me is that I place the bottle with the tag, usually on the bottom of my prescription bottle, onto the screen up near the ear slot where is it NFC or is it an RFID?
Well, actually, Jenna, I apologize. Is it NFC or RFID?
You use near-field communication to access the RFID.
NFC.
NFC.
Good. Sorry about that, Bari. You were correct. I should have known. But I put it on the screen. Is that similar to how we'll scan the labels on the BlindShell Classic 2 as well, Diane?
Actually, you're going to put the label toward the back of the BlindShell. That's where our reader is. It's on the back of the phone.
Okay.
So about a few inches down on the left-hand side is where the actual reader is.
Oh, that's really great. Now, last time we were on, that's when you put on the Bard, and then there was Ira. So A, B, you're third in line now. I love this addition that you keep on going through. You're providing services for the entire community to use the BlindShell Classic 2 phone with all the apps. So I'm really excited to see that ScripTalk Talking Labels are now available on your phone.
Yeah, and I think from the ScripTalk side and here from BlindShellUSA, collectively, we've received a lot of requests. It's like, hey, can you add the ScripTalk app to the BlindShell Classic 2? And of course, immediate answer is yes. We all want it, to have it. We wanted it yesterday, of course, but, things take time and, Rome wasn't built overnight. And so we keep, building and building and really, chipping away to bring the really important applications that provide, as much information as possible to the end user, for those things that they frequently use. So, medications, are really important. And I think, I don't want to say everyone takes medication daily, but I think a lot of us, do, take something on a regular basis. And now to have it, really at the palm of your hand, fully accessible through the BlindShell Classic 2, it's definitely a great day. And I also just want to add to that, one of the features that I love is that once you scan, and Diane, you correct me if I'm wrong, or Jenny, correct me if I'm wrong, once you scan a label, it's going to save that in your sort of like your history.
My meds.
Yeah, My Meds. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I would just like to give an endorsement to ScripTalk because once the app was released on beta, we went in and I registered. And I want to say within less than an hour, I received a text message from Ashley at ScripTalk saying, I see you registered. Welcome. Can I connect you to a pharmacy? I was amazed because I've never seen customer service like that from any kind of medical facility. So I was just so pleasantly pleased to see this text from them. So my response to her was, well, I work for BlindShell and I wanted to test the app, but I didn't have a label. Within 2 days, I had a pack of labels at my house. They're just such a great company to work with.
I'm going to echo that, Diane. As I mentioned a moment ago, I subscribed to ScripTalk a little over 2 years ago, and I had to switch pharmacies in the process because the pharmacy I dealt with did not work with Envision America or ScripTalk at all. So I had to move over to another pharmacy in my area. And the process would have been pretty cumbersome had it not been for the person I was working with at Envision America, and it was a piece of cake. It made it all worthwhile.
If I can chime in. We are available in thousands of pharmacies. Thank you, Diane and Pete, for the praise. We do have a wonderful patient care team that's always available, always working the phones. We do send text messages. There's 2 ways to find out if your pharmacy is participating. You can call us at 1-800-890-1180, or you can visit our website at Envision America, ENVISION, America.com. There's a lookup at the bottom of our homepage where you can enter in your zip code. We're in all Walmarts, Costco's, Rite Aids, many of the major mail orders we do. Chances are there's one right around the corner from you that does offer this. Again, it's a free service. There's no charge for it. So if you have any questions, you guys are always welcome to call us and we'll help. We do the work behind the scenes to get you signed up. We want to make your life a little bit easier and safer, and that's what we strive to do here at Envision.
And also on the BlindShell app, you can find out the pharmacies near you that participate as well.
Well said. Yes, it's embedded in there, so you can look it right up when you register.
I think, a lot of people are just not aware that they can request this and it's a free service and they can really benefit from this free service. So we're just glad to be a part of this. Again, collectively, all of us here, we're all on that same mission as far as how do we, provide greater independence? How do we make an impact, quality of life? And this is, again, I think a giant step forward.
So Jenna, I have a question for you, more of a clarification. Some of us have a pill bottle that's one size, one's another. We put it on this side of the cabinet, that side of the cabinet. But then when something else happens, we're not sure. So walk me through this. If my pharmacist says something's ready and I click on the button that says free delivery, so now it arrives in a bag, what do I do at that point? I take it out of the bag, take it from there.
Yeah, so if you take it out of the bag, if it's your traditional medication bottle, typically the tag is going to be on the bottom of that bottle. So that's what you're going to hold up to the BlindShell, and that's what it's going to read the information off of.
Oh.
Now, if it's an eye drop box or something like that, if you feel around, it's a small circular tag, so chances are you can feel it. You hold that up. And maybe you're not taking a lot of medications, or maybe you're taking a couple, or maybe you have a spouse or a family member that helps you with your medicine. What if they're not available? It's so important to have that tool if and when you need it, and it's free. So, to me, it's kind of like you might as well.
I have a question. So I know you contact your pharmacy and they have them. So you get your prescription filled. You tell them you want these labels on your bottles. You bring it home and then it's on your bottle. Now, can somebody create their own ScripTalk tags?
No, it has to come from a pharmacist. Basically, the pharmacist has a special software that runs on their computer system that they use to actually insert and program that instruction information into that tag. So it's not something that we recommend that is reused or anything like that. And it's not something that you can create on your own.
So basically, when I get a prescription, there's like 3-4 sheets stapled together of all this information. Mm-hmm. That is pretty much available on the BlindShell phone then with the app.
Do you take it with food? Do you take it at night? What side effects do you need to be cognizant of when you're taking it? A lot of that information is on there.
Wow, that's revolutionary.
Jenna, I think Diane is heading towards a pretty good idea. Maybe we could submit a suggestion to Envision America, maybe leave some blank, kind of fill in the data blank tags, because I would want to put one on a Tylenol bottle, a non-prescription bottle. Obviously, the pharmacy won't be doing that. And of course, I haven't asked them. Maybe I should.
You should. Yeah, if you make friends with your pharmacist and you ask really nicely, maybe they'll surprise you and do it for you.
So, Pete, if you go to envisionamerica.com, you can send your suggestion to them. Well, this is great news. I love this coming together. The BlindShell Classic 2, always adding and always updating, always being revolutionary. I don't know why people aren't using it more, because it's a tactile, accessible cell phone. Right, Bari?
Absolutely.
Yes, it's an accessible, tactile, multi-use device is what we like to call it. It is a cell phone, but there's so much more to it. It's your book reader, it's your magnifier, it's your Alexa, it's your prescription reader now, it's your text-to-speech. You can read your mail, you can identify your currency.
The BlindShell Classic 2 is very smart. It's an intelligent phone.
It's got all the basic functional applications, essentially, that the iPhone or an Android phone has.
You're 100% correct.
And Bari, I wanted to echo what Jeffrey just said. You have said each and every time you've been on with us on Blind Abilities, and it's probably 3 or 4 times at least now, that status quo is not an option for you guys. You are always moving forward. You're not going to accept what is currently going on with the phone. You're always going to add new apps to your app catalog and new features that are going to make it even better. And you have not let us down this time either.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Pete. I appreciate that, Jeff. it's not always, we do come out with apps, on a regular basis, but coming out with an app on the level of ScripTalk, right? That to us is a very important app. And, we're continuously, pushing the envelope and really just want to provide the community with more options. That's really what this is all about. We just got to keep on pushing forward. Who knows what's going to be next? There's always things, in development on the drawing board. But today we're super excited to officially announce ScripTalk on the BlindShell Classic 2. And I encourage everyone out there, if you're not already using or requesting ScripTalk labels for your prescriptions, it's a simple request. Check it out and you will be amazed as far as the simplicity, how simple it is, so you can, understand what's in your hand and have all the information at your fingertips.
And if you're not familiar with ScripTalk, we have interviewed Jenna a couple of times on Blind Abilities, and we will put a link to those podcasts in our show notes so you can check out our previous podcasts.
And I would like to go over the process on what you need to do when you get your notification that you have ScripTalk available. So you will need to just go into the app catalog. You could click OK on Browse, click OK on Recommended, click OK on All. Then they're listed in alphabetical order. So use the lower bar, go down to ScripTalk. Actually, because it's closer to the bottom, if you want a shortcut, use the upper bar and you'll get there quicker. Click on it with the OK button. It'll ask you if you want to download it. You hit OK. So then it's automatically downloaded, automatically installed, and automatically put in the Vision Aids section. So that's where you'll find it. And if you don't get a notification that it's available, check the app catalog. It'll be in there.
Well, Bari, Diane, Jenna, thank you so much for coming on to Blind Abilities and sharing with the listeners about this announcement. We're glad to be able to help spread the word and bring awareness to all the accessibility that you're bringing to the community. So thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I just want to publicly say thank you to Jenna and the team at Envision America and ScripTalk for making this happen. We're just really so excited to be here at this point. I wish everyone, happy holidays and enjoy ScripTalk together with your BlindShell Classic 2.
Great. Before we let you go, Bari, can you give us your contact information, and then likewise, Jenna?
Absolutely. So you can learn more about the BlindShell Classic 2 and some of our premier apps like ScripTalk at BlindShellUSA.com. That's BlindShellUSA.com. If you want to reach out to us, you can call us at 833, that's toll free, 833-972-2020, 833-972-2020, or you can send us an email to info@BlindShellUSA.com. That's BlindShellUSA.com.
Great. And Jenna?
So our website is envisionamerica.com, ENVISION, America.com. We also have the wonderful patient care team that is always available to answer questions, concerns, connect you with a participating pharmacy. Our number is 1-800-890-1180, or you can reach us via email at patientcare@envisionamerica.com. And we love hearing from you guys.
Great. Well, Bari and Diane, thank you. And Jenna, thanks again for joining us. We would like to thank all of you for joining us, and we want to wish all of you out there a wonderful holiday season. Stay safe and have a wonderful remainder of your 2023.
Thank you so much.
For more podcasts with the blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store and Google Play Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. And if you want to leave some feedback, give us some suggestions, give us a call at 612-367-6093. We'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between the limited
expectations and the realities of blind abilities.
And the realities of blind abilities.